Why shadow work? Take an ego, acting out instructions, repeating affirmations, focusing on what's good. You're going to get elevated levels of consciousness experience. But the truth is within us. We are told this repeatedly. The truth is within you. Everything you need to know is within you. That means inside you. The core spark. For every light that you chase out there, there's one in here. It may be overlaid. You've become like an onion with layers of false ego covering up your true, authentic self, and thus all the knowledge, understanding, and ability that goes with it. So I'll use myself as an example, as I'm apt to do. Start with the inner child. Well, the inner child is being protected by the teenager. The teenager, the most you're going to hear from it is the peanut gallery with sarcastic, snide remarks when you start to approach it, if it even allows itself to be heard and seen by you, because it's been busy undermining the adult version of you. When I got down through all the layers of false ego, all the aspects that I created to give the appearance of a stable personality, of a kind, honest, generous person who was cooperative, easy to get along with, talented, very capable, very self-reliant, very intelligent. None of those were completely false, for authentically, I am all those things. However, to manifest that consistently, I had to have different aspects to allow that to shine through, because I didn't feel safe with my authentic self, because it had gotten to feel way too vulnerable. Instead of open, it felt weak. So when I finally got down to the most core part of myself, there were a young male and young female guarding the child, the divine child aspect within me. And that divine child had intense hatred for the adult egoic me. And it had no remorse whatsoever for anything it did to undermine and use me. It didn't care what lengths of deprivation I was forced into. It, at any moment, it could revitalize me, bring me straight back to life in perfect health. I've mentioned previously how my digestive system shut down. I was completely emaciated, could not speak. I was dehydrated. My body would take in no nourishment from feeding tubes or IVs. It wouldn't absorb the water. It just stored it between the layers of skin. I was doomed to die. But when I got out of the nursing home, my lungs were bright pink, brand new, as if I had never smoked. I had a perfect heartbeat, perfectly oxygenated blood, perfectly hydrated, as if I had never suffered anything wrong in my life. No discomfort, no disease. But I had not gone within. I had not done that shadow work. I had not accepted and worked with my darkness. Darkness is condensed light. That's that little divine self that tried to expand out into its world and its environment and into its community, and got repressed and repressed and repressed and repressed and packed down, became very dense. And so that is the importance of doing the shadow work, and not just repeatedly following all those little lights up in the sky. A song that I used to help me do this, to just fall, was Pink's song Trust Fall. It's a trust fall, baby. And just fell right down into that light. Ignored everything. No scary visions, no boogeyman, anything like that. And from down there, I went into every crack, crave, and crevice. And the imagery that I got was um, horses, monsters, dragons, dogs going into this river and all coming out unicorns. Towards the end of it, when the imagery was, a light in caves, dark caves, looking to retrieve and rescue and bring forth, it was left to an adolescent version of myself riding her horse through the environment, pulling up her sisters and brothers onto the horse with her and bringing them forward into the light, into conscious awareness, to be seen and heard and understood and integrated as part of the whole. So that's basically, people talk about ego. Ego's a bad thing. Got to repress the ego. Got to destroy the ego. We are not our ego. Our ego is the way we're expressing ourselves. Molecules, minerals, combined consciousness of parents came together, sparked, and a soul was born, and out of that soul came the physical expression. And so there's nothing wrong about my ego. It's my way of interacting with my world, with expressing the way I want to contribute and participate in my world. So I wanted to naturally, the form came that I would express as a female, to give birth to nurture, to nourish, to create intuitively. It's just, it resonates with me. It's perfect for me. It's how I express myself. It's how I identify. It's just natural to me. It doesn't mean I think everybody should be that way. When we're infants, we're all born with the capability to be either or both. So getting down deep inside is how you're going to get to that truth that is within you, that knowledge that is within you that you need to know. You're not going to get it. Look, you're only going to get half truths, partial truths, one truth surrounded by a bunch of bullshit outside of yourself. And I went through a phase where I went from belief system to belief system, picked out that one truth that resonated and drew me to them, and wove my own tapestry until finally there was nothing to add, and it still wasn't substantial enough. I still felt lack in my ability to express and create my most desired reality. So I had no choice but to go inward. So the truth is within you. They tell you that, and it's true. It doesn't feel true. It's not going to sound true, because everything you have come to depend on, you've been forced to depend on, has been from outside of you. If you tried to be self-sufficient when you were young, it was taken away from you. It was disallowed. It was disrespected. As very few of us had the encouragement to do whatever, be however we wanted to be, create however, with whatever. I doubt there's very many people out there who can testify that that was their upbringing, unless they were abandoned in a jungle somewhere, raised by wolves. And even then, wolves have pack order, and you better not disrespect it. So going within is the only way to find the truth that is within. And first truth you have to come to terms with, come to understand and work with, is the truth that not everything within us is a true and authentic, good for us expression of ourselves. Hope that helps.